looking at negative cubed root of 27. So we need to find a number that's multiplied by itself 3 times to get the cubed root of 27. But then this negative is really important. It's just going to stay there. We're not going to do anything with it yet. We're going to find the cubed root of 27, and I know that that's 3. So, because 3 times 3 equals 9 times 3, and that equals 27. So, the cubed root is 3. But then we have this negative that we need to deal with. And just like all the other ones, we did negative times 3, and that just gives us a negative 3. So this one was a little bit different. The negative was outside of the root on this one. Down here, number 4, we have, or not number 4, number 6, part 2, we have the 4th root of negative 16. And we just talked about how it's not possible to have an even number here and a negative root in there, or a negative number, sorry. So this one is going to be not a real number. So for this one, I'm going to put negative 3. And this one, I'm putting not a real number. Okay, so number 7, we have x raised to the 2/3 power. And you may say, well, that's just like kind of how 8-1 through 8-3 has been. So we're done, right? But no, because ALEKS wants us to write the following as a radical expression. So what that means is we have to put this in a root form. So I'm going to go ahead and draw the root, and I'm going to go ahead and draw x and put that under that. So what the 2/3 tells us, this top number, 2, is going to be under the radical sign with the variable, not the value. And this 3 is going to be the root that we're trying to find. So x to the 2/3 is actually the cubed root of x squared. That's the wrong one. Okay, so cubed root of x squared. Okay, so now we're going to move on to number 8. So now we have the 5th root of b cubed, and it wants to write this one as an exponential expression. So on 7, we went from this exponential expression to a radical expression. For number 5, we're going to do the opposite. So we're going to have b as our variable. And then if you kind of go off, if you look at this one to help us out here, what's under the radical is going to be in the numerator. So we have a 3 in the numerator. And the root is going to be the denominator. So the denominator is going to be 5. So for the 5th root of b cubed, our answer is going to be b raised to 3/5. Okay, now number 9, we have w raised to 2/3 times w raised to 2/5. So the first thing I'm going to do is use what we learned in 8-1, and I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of math, and I'm going to get one variable. I'm going to combine the like terms, but this one's going to be a little more complicated because we're working with fractions. So these are multiplied, so we're going to add them. So we have w times, or raised to 2/3 plus 2/5. So we need to find a common denominator, and that's going to be 15. So we're going to have 15. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 3 times 2 is 6. And that's also going to be over 15. So this is w 16/15. But we're not done because ALEKS wants us, well, okay, we could be done because it doesn't say put it in radical expression, but I'm going to go ahead and do that. Except I'm not, because it doesn't even give me an option to put it in radical expression with the things that it gives us. So I guess I'm done. So it's going to be w 16/15. But if you were, I'm going to go ahead and do it. If you were to put this in radical expression, remember that the numerator goes under the radical expression and the denominator is the root that you're looking for. So that's what it would look like if you were to put it in root form, or radical form, excuse me. So moving on to number 10, we're going to have x raised to 5/12, and that's going to be multiplied by 2. So this is going to be like similar to 8-1, where you multiply the two exponents. So we're going to have 5/2 times 2. So when we're multiplying a fraction, we just multiply the numerator. So we have x, 5 times 2 is 10, and that's going to be over 12. But that can be simplified to x 5/6. And let me see, it does not ask us to put these in radical formation. So that's going to be x 5/6. Okay, just for the fun of it, I'm going to go ahead and put this in radical form so you would know what it would look like. It will be x, numerator goes under the radical sign, denominator is the root that you're looking for. So that's what it would look like if you were to put it in radical form, but Alex just wants you to put it like this. So that's 8-4, that's 1 through 10. Don't forget your due dates. By the time you're watching this, a lot of them have probably already passed. So don't forget to be doing your stuff. And that's all I got. I miss you guys. Hope you're having a good time and getting your stuff done.